What if there was a way to split test different elements of your Amazon listing without actually using Amazon or your live listing? So, for example, let's say you're launching a brand new product and perhaps you'd want some feedback before you go ahead and set your main image, your bullet points, your title, description, A+ content, things of that nature. Or maybe you already have a live product on Amazon and you want to start split testing a few things, like you want to change out the main image or you want to change up the title a little bit, but you're really afraid of setting that up and essentially tanking your overall sales due to a slight change on your listing. If any of these sound like a dilemma for you, listen up. Hi, my name is Aaron Farrell with Sellers Arena, and in today's video we're actually going to be talking about audiences inside of Helium 10 and how you can leverage this tool to get valuable feedback from your ideal customer. That way you can leverage it, in a product launch or with a current live Amazon listing in order to skyrocket your overall results. Stay tuned. All right, so kind of hopping right into it. And actually, before I start, just want to go ahead and say, if you are watching this and you find this valuable, if you could go ahead and give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified every single week of the new episodes, the new videos that we're releasing completely to you for free. And that helps us grow, that helps us get discovered, and we appreciate anything that you can do for us. So let's go ahead and hop into Helium 10 here, and we'll kind of go over the audience section and how you can leverage it in your Amazon business, or if you're just getting started in your Amazon business and trying to launch, to get specific feedback. So in the past, there used to be a tool called PickFu. I believe they still do exist, and I think Helium 10 kind of acquired them and built it into the Helium 10 platform. So if you want to get to this, all you need to do once you're logged into Helium 10 is you'll go to tools, and then you'll go down to audience, and then you'll get to this section. And if you haven't already signed up for Helium 10, we've got a referral link, and it gets you 50% off your first month, and that will be in the description link below. But on this, once you're logged into Helium 10, if you currently have a subscription and you go to this tools and then audience, then we'll get presented with this screen here, and then all we need to do is essentially hit create new poll. And then we've got two different options. So we can either use the poll builder, which is just going to give us some default options, or we can build it from scratch altogether, and essentially it makes it a little bit more difficult to set up because you have to go through and write some questions. But for this particular example, I'm just going to go ahead and use the poll builder. So step one, basically need to see like what exactly you're trying to test. So even if you're doing advertising, this is also another way that you can test some things without spending, your valuable dollar or ad spend on. So if you want to test maybe a particular headline for a sponsored brand ad, you can go in here and basically select advertising. You can do feature, general ideas, full product listings, infographics, logos, music, main image, and the list goes on. So basically, and even if you're just getting started, so you've got, product packaging that you're about to trying to get feedback on to decide whether or not you want to go ahead and make a bigger purchase and basically use this particular product packaging for every single product. Well, you can go in here and actually test it and see, basically run this poll that sees with your ideal audience whether or not they actually resonate with it, whether or not they like it, if they would click on it. On Amazon, you can get really valuable feedback with any of these. So for this particular example, I'm just going to say it's a full product listing. Basically, then it's saying to write out a question, or you can basically select a pre-built question. So like, which product would you rather buy? Or after reviewing this listing, what questions do you have about the product? You can basically ask whatever question you want there and essentially, delete it out. This is a test, question mark. And yeah, essentially you can type in your own question there. I think it gives you a little more flexibility when you build it from scratch in terms of the exact questions. But essentially then you go about doing your option A and option B. So you can click here and basically upload a file or a screenshot of one of your A plus contents, let's say for example, basically have another screenshot of a second design through the A plus content in this particular example, and then essentially you can add more options. Even you can add up to 8, but as you can see, the more tests that you actually go through, the more the total actually becomes. So if you're sitting at the looks like about $50 range currently with our current selection, and then we're able to select the audience targeting. So basically we can either do a general audience, which is just first come first served kind of thing, or there's also a custom audience, which is really cool because if you watched one of my previous videos, I actually go into checking out the demographics on your Amazon listing. So if you've already been selling, you probably already have an idea of your ideal demographic and who's really buying your product. If you're just getting started, you may not have that granularity. So you could either just go about doing a general audience, or the other option would be continue with the custom audience, but try to use data from other sources. So let's say you've already got a Facebook group and 60% of the group are women. Well, if that's the case, then maybe you're going to want to try to target women more, or if it's more of a masculine product, something that more men typically will resonate with, then you might want to target just men, for example. And then you can essentially select age ranges, like mobile gamers, Amazon Prime members. You can go through different age ranges, and essentially you can select these different options. But you can see definitely the total is getting way higher really fast as we're going in here, and basically trying to get more and more granular, because as you select more and more people, there's also less people that would be qualified to essentially go through. So you don't want to be too restrictive, but you might want to just kind of look at what's the general consensus of who your audience is and kind of select those. And then we've got an option to essentially choose your audience size. So basically this is set to 50 people currently. If we want to go up to 100, price goes up even more. So this definitely can start to add up the more granular you get and the more people that you're actually serving. At the end of the day, you really have to look at this as investment into your future, because by knowing this information beforehand, you're not going to miss out on all the potential sales that you could have had you known this particular feedback before you started your listing, for example. Or perhaps if you're testing a new type of listing and you find out that the new product listing or A plus content that you just had created converts at 10% of the time that your original A plus content did. Well, if you would have tested that live on Amazon for 8 weeks straight to do a complete A/B split test, well, you would have potentially missed out on a lot of money in sales. So either way you kind of look at it, either for product research, for launching a new product, or just to conserve your current sales and not lose out on sales if your test kind of flops. Either or can really be kind of taken into account in terms of whether or not these different prices are worth it. And last but not least, we've got basically other things. So you get gender identity, age range for free. You get income, education level, racial or ethnic identity for free. But if you want relationship status, home ownership, dog ownership, any of these behavior habits or product usage, or any of these others, you're going to have to pay additional. And then at step 7, essentially you just confirm all the different things that you've set up. Make sure that all the targeting is correct, the audience size is correct, the question that you're asking is correct, and that you've uploaded your images for option A, option B, or if you have other variations of that, and then the total amount. And then basically you would just check that. You can hit preview poll. Can't do that right now since we don't really have it all filled out. Last but not least, go ahead and hit proceed to checkout, and that's really all there is to it. So hopefully this has kind of opened your eyes in terms of what this particular tool is actually designed for, how you can use it and leverage it in your own Amazon FBA business. And hopefully you've gained some value from this, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.